Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, it's the remaiden of the Tucano. DYNAM was good to their word, sent me out an entirely new fuselage, and I don't mean just the fuse. All the electronics, a new motor, new ESC, even the gear sequence door controller, the new one. All that was already, just like you pull the fuselage out of the box, a brand new one, and the new canopy. They were true to their word. It took a while to get here because it was coming on the slow boat from China, but here it is. So I installed the new one, and I tested the new motor versus the old motor. The DYNAM motors, the Detrum motors, have their own noise, but this one doesn't have that grinding or the really bad grinding sound that the other one did. So this one sounds a whole lot better. Real windy right now, so kind of a little too windy to be made in a plane, but I've flown it before, so I know technically it's not a maiden, but with a new fuse and everything, new motor, and I put a AR631 receiver with AS3X Plus in it instead of the 7-channel Lemon RX with stability. I'm going to try, and hopefully that Spectrum AS3X will help with this wind a little bit better. I mean, the Lemon RX are good receivers, but I had one and an extra AR631, and I wanted to try it. Right, left, up, down, right, left. And my same mod that I did on the rudder for the other fuse, I did on this one. And I just slid that, made a little cut in the bottom of the fuse and then slid it right in. Now yours will come with a little T connector to connect the rudder. So hopefully I can fly. But it is windy. Now I've glued the tanks on, so they're not coming off.
Timer reset.
All right, let me try to block the sun from my precious here. Oh, why am I doing this? This is crazy to fly in this kind of wind. But then again, I'm usually not too timid about wind anymore.
Gear tucked away.
Yeah, a little windy. Run a 3200 4S Spectrum Smart battery in there. It's got a 30C discharge.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Yeah, that wind, let me turn my gains up a little bit. Help with that wind a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Landing's going to be very interesting. That wind just whistling through that thing. Take it up. Okay. I tell you what, DYNAM,
The gear is down.
y'all have done really well. Y'all have done really well. This is a great flying plane. This is comparable to anything E-Flight, FMS, or any of them put out. Yeah.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Yeah, landing's going to be interesting. Not bad. Not bad at all considering the wind. All right. A lot of the rattle that you hear is that flap, is the nose gear, not the gear itself, but the gear cover. When it comes up, it just kind of presses up in there, and with a spring, and I think that's what's rattling. Because when I have the motor in the driveway and I'm staying behind it, holding it in place, that motor wasn't making any really noise, just the normal noise.
Gear tucked away.
To be honest, it reminds me of a German Stuka in the way that it looks in the air. Oh, what a good flying plane, even in this crazy wind.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Let's take it up, stall it. All I'm doing is just going up and cutting the motor off. Gliding in, putting the power back in.
The gear is down.
I love their new gear controller. It works so good, making these gear very reliable. Bring it right at me. That was an unintentional touch and go.
Gear tucked away.
I'm not going to lie, that was a mistake, but I made the most of it.
1 minute.
All right, come by. We're going to drop the gear as we're going by. Gear's coming down now. Gear's down. So let's get turned around. This is where
30 seconds.
This is where throttle is most important. Throttle is everything, and especially when the wind like that, you want to control your sink rate. Throttle is very, very important. Throttle is your #1 control no matter what.
Prop is secured. Safe to touch.
All right, we have 21 seconds left. Let's go back to the bench and talk about it. Actually, we'll go underneath the canopy and talk about it. All right, first off, let's check the battery. Remember that hatch, you want to pull, grab the whole thing and push the whole thing evenly. Push it back evenly. All right, the hatch tab there. We had still got 59% left, and we had 21 seconds left on a 5-minute timer. So really, you can set your timer for 7 minutes easy. All right, now, to show you, before we go any further, let me show you the inside where I have the battery. That's the 3200 4S Smart. It's got an EC, XT60 connector. Of course, I've got an EC or an IC3, and they mate together just fine. Right there is the AR631 with the antenna going back there. And like I said, the fuse was, now I had to put my old prop back on and spinner, but the motor, the prop adapter, the fuselage, ESC, the front gear, everything inside this, and then I had to repurpose my elevator and my rudder, or my rudder and my elevator, which was no big deal. I just slid them bolts out, and I had to use the push rods in order to mate it. But other than that, that was very simple to do. Just unbolt and put it back in. Gave the fuse a new clear coat. It also came with a new canopy. Okay, let me show you CG. on the plane. Actually, I think I got it written down underneath the wing. Is 83 to 78 to 83 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which is basically, if you feel for the wheel well and just put your pad of your finger right there on that wheel, right on the corner of that wheel well, and she'll CG just fine. Slightly nose heavy, but that's what I wanted today for windy weather. I want it to be slightly nose heavy, and it helps with penetration. Let's go about, I have flaps, but obviously did not use them. Let me show you my flap settings real quick. Didn't use them today. There's no need for flaps today. But my flap settings are, there's no mix needed. With flaps up is a negative 100%. With takeoff is flaps. Just 0%, no mix. And then landing is a positive 100%, no mix. So,
the flaps are up now.
So very, very simple. The rates that I flew in, 100% throws, 30% expo on the ailerons. Elevator, same, 100%, 30% expo. And rudder, 100%, but with 50% expo to help with the steering down the runway. That's what I flew in today. Forward program, because I now have an AR631. I think I left everything at default, to be honest with you. Okay, all right. The gains are at one time, not 2 times, 3 times. Sensitivity, 1 time. Roll, pitch, and yaw. 40, 50, 60. Roll, pitch, yaw. Priorities, all at 140. Roll, pitch, and yaw. Yeah, heading. There's nothing, I didn't do anything with heading. And my stop lock at 35. Roll, pitch, and yaw. The release rate at the default, all of them at 55, 55, 75. Roll, pitch, and yaw. So there was the default settings that come with the plane, and that's what the manufacturer, for the most of the regular traditional planes, they seem to work out it's kind of a mid-ground settings. Now if this was a jet, a little bit faster, I might lower the priorities, I might lower the gains, but I do have them adjustable on a roller, so that if it's really, really windy and she's getting rocked around really bad, I can turn them up. If she's starting to oscillate, when I'm with some speed, I can turn them back down. Don't need much when there's no wind at all. So it's just, I like keeping them adjustable. But that's just me. That's just how I am. But there you go. That is let me show you this gear real quick. Going up and down. They sound like they're laboring, but this door is what rattles when you're flying. The door is what rattles when it's flying. I mean, they sound like they're laboring, but they have yet to fail. And I don't know how many times I've cycled them now, and the nose gear is new. So I'm very, very pleased. DYNAM, if you continue to make planes of this quality, and you continue to keep the price point where you're at, E-Flight, FMS, you almost might as well go start declaring bankruptcy, because DYNAM's going to be the new kid in town. If they, even though they're not new, if they continue with this pattern, making planes this good with this quality of foam and the quality electronics and that kind of customer service, DYNAM, you're back and big. And this is I hope you continue to bring out planes like this, because this is awesome. I love the color. People say don't like the color. I love the color. You got to see these things in person. Now, definitely give it a clear coat. That really brings it out. But usually DYNAM planes, the foam feels dry, you know, and real porous. This was dense and looked shiny out of the box, but I added a clear coat just to give it a little more shine. I will tell you, I'm very pleased. But just look how good looking that plane is. That thing is just a good looking plane. It flies just as good as it looks. Well, y'all saw it flying. Look at my flags back here. That's across the runway, and that's what I just flew in. Okay, this thing can handle it. All right. Well, I can't say anything. I can't say enough good things about it, and I have nothing bad to say about it. This is a great flying plane. It's $249. I paid $249. I'm not sponsored by DYNAM in any way. Okay, they have given me a 10% discount at times, but that's not like a, you know, free plane, okay? That's still, I'm still giving you, and I will always give you an objective opinion no matter whether the plane is given to me or I pay full price. Because if I tell you a good plane and it's not a good plane, and I know it's not, but I'm trying to sell it, there goes my integrity. And then you're not going to watch me, and I might as well just hang up shop. Then there's no point in having a channel if I'm not going to be honest about these things. All right? God bless y'all. God is good. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and Tucanos with new fuse. Thank you, Dynam. Bye, y'all.